like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Knew I got him running to it. I'ma need the full of milk before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
And despite the 3 touchdown passes he threw, there's a lot to work on this week, wasn't there?
Oh, ton of interception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going really with almost a 1-to-1 ratio, that's not going to work for you well at all. Not over the long haul. The beauty, though, somehow found a way to win.
Yeah, they still got the win last week. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. This is Carson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They'll try the air now with Smith. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They run it with Carson. Gets past him at the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Throwing now is Geno. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now Geno. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it's Carson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead,
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a man who moved up the depth chart with the retirement of Chris Carson. Here's Rashad Penny. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Herbert. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And leading 10-7, well, they may just want to get this to the locker room. This is Fant. Oh, what a catch. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Smith on 1st down. He hits his target, Lockett. 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert now. He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they still got a shot.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now it's Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away as we just saw there.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
There's Tyler Lockett and the rest of his Seattle teammates coming out for the next possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run again with Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's Carson. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson, and down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't net.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have recovered.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
2nd and short now. Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. They started on the ground with Eckler, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. It's Eckler again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Herbert off of play action. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now Gino on first down. That one to Swain complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7-5-0.
Hey, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Eckler again, trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a 1-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a handoff up the middle. Carson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
Herbert and the Chargers down by 13. A little over a minute and a half remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing, Herbert. He's got Eckler.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now Herbert.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Herbert to throw. That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Herbert.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Herbert going to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they plan to do going in, whether they just play